Only a few of the backpacks that we do are through hikes. The majority of the backpacks that we do are fairly short, and we're going to record at least some of them, beginning with this 4-day backpack into the San Rafael Wilderness that follows the uppermost 10 miles of the Sisquoc River. Despite being so close to the vast population of Southern California, this particular loop is seldom visited and is much more of a wilderness experience than, say, the PCT. When you're following the Sisquoc River, there's no cell phone reception, and you're unlikely to see anyone else even on a weekend. You need to be prepared to rescue yourself in the event of difficulty. So I highly recommend carrying a personal locator beacon or a satellite communicator if you follow this route. Well, here we got Lake Cachuma, Santa Ynez, Solvang, and Bolton. We stayed in Bolton, and then the morning of the backpack we drove through Solvang along Happy Canyon Road all the way, and it's quite a long dirt road here, into Nera Camp. And then on the backpack itself we went east from Nera and then up onto Hurricane Deck over here and followed that to South Fork. And then from South Fork on day 2 we went all the way to Lower Burr Campsite. On the 3rd day we went to Alomar and then Big Pine along Mission Pine Basin to Mission Pine Spring and camped there on the 3rd night. And then on the last night we went west past McKinley Spring, Big Cone Spruce, and then this part was really difficult. Lots of poison oak and very hard to find the trail. Went back to Manzana Narrows, Manzana, back to Nera again, and then drove out. And it was a super 4-day backpack, but it's really committing. It's not like a regular recreational backpack. This backpack, you're really in wilderness, and you really have to be prepared both to find the trail and to be safe. Well, there's tons of water in Manzana Creek. It's going to be a really beautiful day. Thursday, April 18th, 11 o'clock in the morning. Just after our coffee break, we came to this campsite complete with picnic table.
Oh, we gotta take another break.
Another break. Oh, it's really nice here. As it turns out, there is water here down in that spring. Oh, it's a really nice camp spot. But we're on our way up to Hurricane Deck and thence to South Fork Station. Map. This trail is purple coloured, meaning it's seldom used and difficult to follow. But as you can see, it's super. It's really easy to follow. It's a really nice trail actually. We're still heading up to Hurricane Ridge. About 600 or 700 more feet to climb. But it's beautiful in here. Well, we're up on Hurricane Deck now. And again, contrary to our map, this is in really good shape. And somebody's been going through and improving the trail. Just look at all this. Lots of freshly cut, chopped branches, making it super easy. Oh, this is great.
Yeah, thank you. Whoever's been doing the housekeeping.
Yeah, they've done a great job here. I thought this might be a nightmare, and it could be a nightmare with no trail. All this
Even with shorts on, it's okay.
Yeah, so thank you. Up on Hurricane Deck here, this is a real ridge route. Oh, it's very nice. Beautiful day, a little on the warm side. I think the high's supposed to be about 80 today, but we've got a bit of a breeze going on. And check out these rock formations. All this tilted sandstone. Nice. This is White Ledge Campsite, and very nice it is too. There's Shorty getting some water filtering. It was hot on Hurricane Deck. We only brought a litre of water, maybe not enough, but we're okay. Poison oak is really healthy here, and there's quite a bit of it. Our South Fork station, which we're approaching, is available for use on a first come first served basis, and since the shutters are all closed, it looks as though we're the first ones here, maybe the only ones here. It's really nice here. We spent 2 nights unplanned here several years ago when we got trapped by a storm and we couldn't cross the stream to get back to our car, but woohoo! South Fork Cabin. Wow. This is super to be here again. South Fork Cabin, our home away from home. Like I said, we had to spend 2 nights here, and it's completely unplanned. We were trapped by a storm. I don't think that'll be a problem today.
Yeah.
There you go, the flag. And here's Shorty with clean feet, I think.
Very nice.
It's really nice in here.
Very nice.
Got dinner going. Stove on the stove. Friday, April 19th, 7 o'clock, and we're following the Sisquoc River, one of the only two wild and scenic designated rivers in Southern California, the other one being the Sespe. So we're following the Sisquoc as far east as Alomar, which is on the border between the San Rafael and Dick Smith Wilderness.
Don't trip, Papa.
Don't trip, yeah. And it's wild country here. Hardly anybody comes this way, except us. This is the second time we've done this trip. And
San Rafael Wilderness.
yeah, it's fabulous in here. Let's show you.
Really beautiful.
I'll show you lots of wildflowers. Usually we come in January, but April's the first for us. That trail isn't very distinct, but it's not too bad so far. It's going to get gnarly, I think, up ahead. We'll probably have to cross and recross the Sisquoc River, and it's flowing a lot more than it has in January, all this recent rain. So we'll have to see how that goes. South of us is the Sisquoc Condor Refuge. Refuge for the California condor, one of only two, the other's in the Sespe Wilderness. And we're lucky it's kind of overcast today. Whew, but it's arduous. Between the stream crossings and dodging the poison oak, we're making less than a mile an hour. Whew. So here's a feeder stream to the Sisquoc, so hopefully the Sisquoc will be getting smaller and it won't be so arduous to cross. 9 crossings so far. I have to take my shoes off for 7. We're leaving the vicinity of the condor sanctuary, and I haven't seen any condors, mind you. I've been so busy looking where my feet are going to avoid the poison oak and the rattlesnakes. I haven't really had time to pay much attention to the sky. Nice waterfall here. This is Mansfield Camp on the shore on the side of the Sisquoc. Very nice it is too. In here. Like being in the Sierras. Another feeder tributary to the Sisquoc, which is over here. We've seen 2 rattlesnakes already this morning. They're both big and they're both pissed. Well, we just enjoyed a nice lunch break at Cottonwood Camp. Got all the tools here, shovel, rake, and saw. Lots of cottonwoods, lots of water in the Sisquoc. Eat camp! Well, this is nice. It's time for a water break. So it's 2:15 in the afternoon, and we had ambitions to make it to Big Pine Spring Campsite, but there's no way. So far today we've been going about a mile an hour.
23 stream crossings.
And well, half of them we had to take our shoes and socks off for. And then when we're not crossing streams, you gotta watch out for all the poison oak.
And then 2 rattlesnakes.
Yeah, 2. Betsy almost stepped on the first one. I almost stepped on the second one. And
Big
they were
black
both
ones.
big, black, and angry. Yeah. So, yeah, it's tough going.
Yeah.
So we'll be lucky to make it to either lower big, lower Burr or upper Burr campsite. We'll call it a day. At least we can camp next to water there. Last time we did this loop, or a variation of this loop, we camped at Alamo and we had to carry all the water up from upper Burr campsite. And no, we're not going to do that. That's just too much. And it's kind of warm. So we'll be happy to get to upper Burr. In fact, we'll be happy to get to any of the Burrs. After that should be a lot easier. Tomorrow's supposed to be cooler anyway.
Oh, it's nice out here though. All the ceanothus are in full bloom.
Yeah, everything's
Lots
in bloom.
of flowers.
Yeah.
And the river is beautiful.
Yep.
The Sisquoc.
You just got to guess where this trail's going. It's so faint. It's really hard to follow. You know, it's obvious. We're going to cross the stream again. The Sisquoc, which is a lot smaller than it was earlier. You can actually rock hop across now. Woo. Right, if this trail wasn't flagged with these ribbons, it sure might be hard to know that you're on the right track. Whew. Really hard. Another of the waterfalls above Lower Burr campsite. Oh, it's really nice up here, but the trail's a bit treacherous. Somebody'd actually flagged an alternate to the main trail because the main trail's badly eroded and very steep, and a fall could really be serious. Hell of a trail. You get your choice, you got to go up or take the pack off and go under. Oh, you can snorkel through there? Oh, you did it! It's a shortcut. Whew. Whew.
This is a yellow trail.
This is Lamont Campsite. Last time we were here, which may be 8 years ago, we managed to make it all the way from South Fork to here in one day. I don't know how the hell we were able to do that. This time it took us a day and an extra almost 2 hours. And there weren't any picnic tables here then. So the only problem here is there's no water, which means we also had to carry all the water up here for a dry camp. God, we must have been younger and fitter. About 8:30 in the morning, Saturday, April 20th. And we're so happy to be on a road after fighting our way up what was nominally a trail along the Sisquoc River valley. 23 stream crossings?
It was brutal. 28.
28 stream crossings.
That's only not counting the small one, so over 30.
And I had to wade, what, 8 of them?
Yeah.
Oh, God. That ate up a lot of
shoes.
time. Take off the shoes and socks. Oh, God. Wade across. Dry everything. Put the shoes and socks back on, only to find 5 minutes later you got to do the same thing.
I don't know what was worse, that or the rattlesnakes that we almost stepped on, big ones,
two rattlesnakes.
Or the, what else was there?
Ticks.
Oh, yeah, the ticks.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's brutal terrain. It'd be crazy to come out here without a personal locator beacon or a satellite communicator of some sort.
Yeah, this is very remote.
I'm happy to be carrying the InReach.
I haven't seen anybody.
No, we saw
Okay.
3 guys doing a short loop
On the first day.
on the morning of the first day. Didn't see anybody in the afternoon, didn't see anybody all yesterday.
Nobody yet.
Even though we're on a roadbed and there's evidence of people walking and cycling this, there's nobody out here. No cell phone reception on Verizon. It's a real wilderness.
I think everybody's in Arizona.
Everybody's at home drinking beer,
Oh, right.
watching
Yeah.
television, probably watching sports on television and drinking beer. Oh,
waiting
God.
for Easter to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe making Easter eggs.
Here we go, back into the wilderness. Oh boy. Let's see. Oh, can't open it all the way. Huh. Who's signed in here?
Andy Gap. 1913. Oh, 2013.
I was going to say, that's a bit old, isn't it?
Search and rescue. Patrol.
On patrol. Last person, January.
Oh, that's a
New Year.
nearer to Sisquoc.
Yeah. Huh. Yes, they're doing what we do. Well, this is very nice. We're hiking along an old roadbed that's been incorporated into the San Rafael Wilderness now. So, no bicycles or any kind of mechanized transportation. And after fighting our way along the Sisquoc River, this is really pleasant. Oh yeah, just check out the view here. We're above the clouds, we're still over 6,000 feet. So let's see. Whole valleys and clouds. Oh, yeah, this is really nice. Here we're looking over to the San Rafael Peak. The eponymous peak after which this wilderness is named. Santa Cruz Mountain. And the green layer. Once upon a time, this was a trail. Now, it's more like an easy bushwhack. My legs are getting all scratched up. It's too hot to wear anything but shorts. Oh, a bit of open trail. How refreshing. With a bit of luck, we might be past the worst of it. The trail's opening up again now, heading towards Mission Pine Basin, and then on to Mission Pine Spring. I think so. That's Santa Cruz Peak over there, poking out the clouds. We're about halfway between Mission Pine Basin and Mission Pine Spring, and we're back on Easy Street. Back on.
Did most of the gain.
Yeah, done most of the gain, and we're back on good open trail.
Woohoo!
Ooh, sweet. If this is an indication of the water waiting for us in Mission Pine Spring, we got no worries. It's super.
Oh, there's another spring?
Yeah, this isn't the spring. Ooh, we have arrived. Mission Pine Spring in all its glory. And over here, let's see, try not to fall in. Over here, picnic tables. Woo! Where's Shortcut? I think Shortcut's pretty tired. Well, I'm pretty tired. Oh yeah, this is sweet. Mission Pine Spring Campsite. Oh yeah, this is the place. And now's the time. Woohoo, we made it! Yeah, nice pool. It's a collecting pool. Water's gushing in there. Yeah, and picnic tables over here. Oh yeah, this is sweet, huh?
Awesome. Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, look at that.
Good flow of water.
Clean water.
See, it's as good as clearer than Arizona spring water. I don't know why, but all the water in Arizona looks colloidal.
Yellow.
This is McKinley Saddle. Apparently people who get their water from McKinley Spring camp here, but it's kind of cold and windy. We'll go on to the spring. We don't need any water anyway. Well, it's easy road walking for a while on this road that leads back to Cachuma Saddle, but we have to leave it before Cachuma Saddle and head down to the Manzana Narrows, pick up the trail back to Nira. We couldn't recommend this trail if you're allergic to poison oak. This place is loaded with poison oak. Poor Shorty got an embedded tick we found. Oh boy. That's the eager beavers. Across that bit, the leaves, it's fairly solid. Yeah, I probed it with my pole, looked okay. I probed it with the pole. Here's Manzana Creek. I fell in just a little bit ago. Ended up sitting down in the creek. Here comes Shorty. Oh man, this is rough going. Oh yeah, only 2 miles to Big Cone Spruce. That may be the hardest 2 miles we've ever hiked, huh? Oh my God.
Oh God. That was brutal torture.
Look, she's got a bay leaf stuffed up her nose. Does that take the pain away?
I'm going crazy. I'm really going crazy.
Well, this should be Manzana Narrows campsite. Let's see what's down here. Oh, pretty big campsite. Another picnic table. Whew. We'll stop here for a Oh, nice little swimming hole with 2 waterfalls. Right by Manzana Narrows campsite. Very nice. Trouble is, I already took a bath. Oh, this is another really nice pool and waterfall. Woohoo! Sweet! It's Sunday, April 21st, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's about 3 miles now back to the car, back to Nero campground, and we'll be safe. And then fish camp's coming up in about a mile. And then we booked in a hotel tonight. We're debating whether to camp one more night or stay in a hotel, and we decided we had to go to a hotel and lick our wounds.